Okay, I am going to continue our lesson from yesterday on interfaces. So, what I'm going to do, what I have going on here is I have our die class that we've been working on for a while now, including the equals method and all that kind of stuff. So, yesterday in class, we created the interface called other. So, I'm going to show you how to do that. So, you're going to say File, New, Java, and then we start typing public class, I'm sorry, public interface, other. And following the Java norms, I'm capitalizing that interface name. And I said have a set of curly brackets. And I type just the method headers, public int, I'm going to call the first method double underscore roll, put a semicolon at the end. It's just the method header. And the second one, I'm actually going to change it a little bit because I had said in class I wanted to return an int, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to I'm going to say void return. And I'm going to say public void add underscore side. And I'm going to send an integer to that method. Okay, and so that completes the interface. And now I just want to save it in the same directory that I've been saving stuff in, which is chapter 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and compile. And you can see that it compiles without error. Also, remember from earlier in class, we talked about the word abstract. So, as I said in class, by default, an interface is abstract, which means it's really not fully completed. The methods are not coded. It's just a method header. But I wanted to show you I could put the word interface in there, or I can leave it off, which, to be honest with you, is usually what I end up doing. I'm just like you. I don't like to type that much. Okay, so those are my promises. I promise to code those methods in a class that implements the other interface. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my die class and I go up to the class header and I add the keyword implement and then the name of my interface, other. Now, I'm going to go ahead and compile this and it's going to give me an error. And I want to show you what the error is. It says, die is not abstract and does not override the abstract method add side in other. So it's basically telling me because I did not implement those methods that I promised I would implement, this will not compile and you cannot move forward from here. So what we need to do is let's go to our interface. I'm going to make my life easier. I'm going to copy the two method headers. I'm going to go to the bottom of the class and right before the to string, I'm going to paste those two method headers. And then the first thing I'm going to do after that is get rid of these semicolons because you have to take those off. And now what you're going to do is you're going to put a set of curly brackets in for each of these method headers. And you're going to code these methods. So they can be whatever you want. So my first one was double roll. So we have a method in here called roll. So even though this seems like a dumb method, I'm just going to call the roll method twice or I'm going to say 2 times the roll method because roll returns an int. So my double roll is just going to be return 2 times roll. All right, so that doubled the roll. And then I have this other method called public void add side. So I have a variable, num faces. So that tells me the number of sides on the die. So what I'm going to do in this method is I'm just going to say num sides plus equals x. So all that's going to do is add that to the number of sides of the die, which is, oh, sorry, it's num faces, not num sides. Let me change that. So again, these might seem like dumb methods, but they're just here for demo purposes. So now I can see that those two methods work. As you heard in class, um, it only makes sense for interface methods to be public. Otherwise, we won't be able to code and use them. So I'm going to show you how now those two methods that we just coded are available for us to use in our driver program, which is here. Okay, so we can take any of these die. I'll put a comment in demo interface methods. So I have all these different die objects. So system out print ln. I can say double underscore roll concatenated with, I'll just say die1 dot double underscore roll. So that should call that method, and I should be able to compile. Uh-oh, semicolon, or go. All right, so we'll assume that's right. And then we'll do the other one, which is add side. And we're going to say, we're going to make it really obnoxious. So I'm going to say add underscore side, and I'm going to add like 90. You should know for sure that that works. Oh, that was a void return. Okay, so why don't we do this? So I'm going to go ahead and go back to that add side. I'll go ahead and make it an int, recompile, go back and make this an int. So I do want it to print something. So recompile. And we'll add a return. Okay. Okay, so now we had a 6-sided die that we added 90 sides to. So that's how we go ahead and implement the interface. So at this point, I'm going to stop this video, and I'm going to set up another video that's going to talk to you about the comparable interface.